Hello, and welcome to Me Time, meditations that allow you to unplug, restore your well-being, and just have some time for yourself in the middle of your day. Today's meditation is about creating your grounding cord, which is a device that is attached to your body that allows you to siphon off the thoughts and emotions that don't belong to you. So we're going to do this process first with your eyes open. Then we're going to repeat it with your eyes closed. And then we'll bring you back and have you walk around your work environment or your home with your eyes open again. So again, with your eyes open, we're going to just talk a little bit about the grounding cord. Thoughts are electrical. When someone makes a comment like, I don't like your shirt, or you made a mistake, or you burnt the food, those messages, those thoughts have a charge on them. They have electricity to them. So one part of the grounding cord is going to siphon off the electrical parts that we experience on a daily basis. Emotions, on the other hand, are very magnetic. They come with friends. So when we have one emotion, there are 2, 3, 5, 10 that are attached together with that one emotion. So we're going to have a magnetic component to the grounding cord as well. The grounding cord is a straight line and a coil. The straight line, again, is going to siphon off the thoughts, the electrical part, and the coil will siphon off the emotional part. We have chakras in the body. They are energy centers that are spread out in various parts of the body, and we've talked about the chakras in other meditations. We're going to focus on the root chakra. That's also called your first chakra, and it sits right at the tailbone or the coccyx. When you're first learning to play with the chakras, this chakra vibrates at survival. It vibrates at fear. It vibrates on, I have to fight or flight. I have to get out of here. So it's very appropriate that we will be attaching this grounding cord, straight line and coil, to that first chakra, again, that sits at your tailbone. So if you can just take a breath with me right now, eyes open, and give yourself permission to play. Would you take your non-dominant hand and just reach around and find your tailbone so that you know where your tailbone is? In a moment, we're going to actually do this in practice, but for right now, I just want to walk you through the process. I'm going to have you create, with your imagination, a beam of light that's about 2 feet long. We're going to then reach out with your non-dominant hand and attach that straight line, that beam of light, to this first chakra. Okay? And then we're going to give a little tug and do a little bit more with it. So take a breath with me. And just follow that breath so you can allow yourself to be in present time. And as you breathe that breath of life in from all that is, and then breathing back out into all that is. And on your third breath, would you allow your eyelids to close? Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Out in front of you, would you imagine a computer screen or a television screen or a movie screen? Would you give yourself permission to be very creative? And would you simply imagine on that screen a beam of light or a line that's about 2 feet long? Now, would you reach out with your non-dominant hand and grab the top of that beam of light very easily detached from your screen. It's movable. And now would you reach around and plug it into that first chakra? Again, that sits right at your tailbone. Give it a little pull, making sure that it's connected. And now drop the other end of that cord down so it's going straight down. Gravity's taking it down. And take a breath. And now with your imagination, would you visualize a coil going around that straight line? It does not matter which direction the coil goes. Just imagine I have a straight line attached to my first chakra and I'm creating a coil around the chakra. Now, would you be pleased with yourself? Well done. Now, right by your right hand, there are two things. There is a flip switch and a dial. Would you flip the switch to the on position? And the dial goes from 0 to full. How much of a release would you allow yourself right now? Would you turn that dial wherever you would like it to be? My suggestion is to turn it on to full release. And take a breath. And now would you say hello to the Earth Mother, Gaia? Would you invite the Earth Mother to come up to the bottom of your grounding cord and pull it down to the center of our planet, specifically where she, Mother Earth, needs fertilizer? You are gifting her fertilizer that she can then use for a new creation, and you're going to give it to her freely. Nothing for you to do but simply ask her to grab the bottom of your grounding cord, your straight line and coil, and take it down where she could use the fertilizer. Well done. Now let's just play with your grounding cord. Again, it's turned on. Hopefully you've turned it on to full release. Would you notice how your body changes with this grounding cord? Just notice how you feel differently. And would you give the command for your grounding cord to be the size of your hips? The coil will most likely be the diameter of your calf. And just notice how this feels in the body. What happens to your heart rate? What happens to your breathing? What happens to the muscles? And now would you give the command for the grounding cord to double its size? So maybe you're giving the command for the grounding cord, the straight line, to be as wide as the chair you're sitting on if it's wider than your hips. If not, just command it, give it instruction to go to twice its size. The coil will most likely be the size of your quadricep, your thigh. And take a breath and notice how this diameter feels to you. Just paying attention. My favorite is to give the command for the grounding cord to be 3 times larger than anything I'm going to give it, anything I'm releasing. And you may notice that when you widen the grounding cord, all of the things that have been waiting for a pathway to release now have a place to go. So just notice as you put your awareness, your attention on the grounding cord, notice how differently your body feels, your breathing, your tension or the lack thereof of tension in the body. And just for grins and giggles, would you give the command for the grounding cord to be as large as the room you're sitting in? Notice what you notice here. Notice how it feels to you. And then give the command to the grounding cord to be 3 times larger than the room you're in. We're just playing here. You're still very safely attached right at the coccyx, and no, you will not fall into the grounding cord. This is a one-way direction where that which is not you goes straight down to Earth Mother. Again, the thoughts, the emotions that are not yours go down this grounding cord. And take a breath. Now, we've given you many different options here. You choose right here and now which diameter do you feel the best with. Which ones allows you to feel the safest with? And would you give the command for your grounding cord to go to that diameter? Again, personally, I find the one that's 3 times larger to have plenty of room for that which is not mine to have easy release. Now let's do one more fun thing here with your eyes are still closed. Would you imagine a big bucket of liquid oil by your side? Would you pick the bucket up and have the intention of dumping it right down that first chakra into the grounding cord, lubricating all that stuff that's going down, providing it an avenue to be very lubricated so nothing sticks to the side of your grounding cord? Excellent. Now, would you open your eyes? Would you stand up and walk around with your grounding cord on? The beauty of a grounding cord is it goes where you go, and it's attached to you. It's just you putting your awareness on the grounding cord and saying, I'm releasing this. In another meditation, we will use a rose with the grounding cord to have more active release. But for right now, let's just play with walking around, sitting, lying down with your grounding cord. You can jump, you can run, you can twist. It doesn't matter. This gives you the flexibility to move, knowing that you are releasing thoughts and emotions that are not yours. And would you be pleased with yourself? As you walk around with your grounding cord, notice what you notice, and particularly during your day, notice if your grounding cord shrinks back to the size of a pencil. This is very common. It takes you simply being present and giving the command for your grounding cord to expand back out to 3 times larger than anything you're experiencing emotionally, mentally, or physically. So thank you for joining me today for Me Time. Please do share this with others if you find that there would be value for them, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a great day.